Hello, welcome, welcome, soul family, my friends, brothers and sisters. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm Julie, and I want to welcome you, whether it's your first time or not, to this month's intuitive guidance. We are in the month of October. Ooh, there comes my kitty Luna, who's joining us, and she's welcome. All animals and beings welcome. And we are going to be talking about the energies for this month, what to expect with the new moon, the full moon. I'm going to also be pulling two cards with little kitty Luna, and I've added a new component. This is part of me deciding that I am going to share some of the gifts that have been coming through me, and hopefully that if this is something you align with and relate to and are looking for a little bit more energy healing and well-being, I'm going to do some hand healing at the end. I am Reiki certified, but more importantly, I've been finding that there's been this internal nudge to use my hands more. I fall asleep every night putting my hands on my heart. I do Reiki every morning on myself when I wake up. I also have been noticing during the pandemic that I tend to wake up in the middle of the night a lot with my hands, giving myself that energy. And so I just thought, and of course, take it or leave it, take what you like, leave the rest. If this aligns for you, I welcome you at the end to, you can close your eyes and just notice if you feel any energy or healing or harmony in your body. And I will turn that portion over to the divine, to the universe. So let's get started. Welcome to October 2021. We are headed into a really interesting month. We are in the time of harvest. And so what you should know is that the new moon, which is coming on, which will be here on October 6th, is in the sun sign, the astrological sign of Libra. Libra, and I'll just chuckle for a moment. I am married for the second time. The first time was also to a Libra. I'm married again to a Libra. So I seem as a Sagittarius to do well with Libras or to find harmony with Libras. And what we know about Libra is it's all about balance. It's about finding, and this new moon is going to be about emotional balance, finding that emotional balance for yourself, finding, I said the word before, harmony within you. What's interesting is we're starting to move in, now that we've passed the fall equinox, we've started to move into a time of greater darkness. And so being with that darkness, not bypassing the feelings. We're going to get more into this with the full moon, but certainly to allow yourself that space and grace to have your emotions. What you're going to notice is, and it's a lovely energy, especially with the new moon. The new moon is a great time to start something new, to set new intentions, to look at what's going on in your life and what would you love, what would your heart love to create. This is specifically a time around connecting to that balance within you and what is working in your life. It's also, it tends to be an astrological sign that is about being gracious, finding that lovely, not just balance and harmony, but alignment. So looking to see, where do you feel aligned? What hobbies, activities, behaviors, habits, what feels aligned, what feels good. And a great way to tune into this is your body wisdom, your intuition. If we're new and we haven't met yet, welcome. And I will say that if you are, have you been here or worked with me at all or heard me speak? Intuition is what I believe is it's your superpower. It's this very potent wisdom that is, to me, in my humble experience and the research I've done, both within myself and then using heart intelligence, heart math, it is a direct connection to the field of wisdom, of love, whatever you call that, that divine matrix, as Greg Braden calls it. So we use our intuition, our body wisdom. A great way to see if something is aligned, if it feels balanced, is just to notice in your body, do you feel settled? Ask yourself a question. Does that feel settled? Or maybe it brings up nervousness. So I did this recently. I check in with myself around what I eat, what I'm doing, basically everything these days. And I asked myself, what is that, to tune into? What does it feel like when I'm aligned? And what I noticed is, spent a lot of time this summer, gratefully, in the ocean. I love the ocean. To me, it feels like Divine Mother Earth's womb, and it's very healing, which, side note, water is extremely healing for all of us, especially us empaths and highly sensitive souls. But for me, when I feel aligned, I feel like in my body, I'm laying back, my feet are up in the ocean. When I'm not aligned, I start to feel like reflux coming up my throat, almost if I were going to be getting sick. So notice for yourself, you can test this. It's also known as, it's intuitive testing. It's testing your body, tuning to your body wisdom. For some of you who've done muscle testing, and you can do this inside, in the inner world. Think about, some of the foods that perhaps you would love to eat. Like, ask yourself, how does my body feel towards French fries, ice cream, kale salad? Notice how your body feels, not what you think, not your taste buds. So it's a great way to connect with what's harmonious, what's in balance for you. And that is going to be, again, that new moon is October 6th. The full moon, I'll go right into the full moon, is October 20th. And the polarity, the opposite sign, the astrological sign that now is going to be with the full moon in October is Aries. Woo, watch out. Aries is a fire sign. My moon, we all have natal birth charts. My moon is in Aries. It is a fire sign. So often it's connected to a lot of passion, energy, a lot of time really to focus on self-reflection. It's a great time to tune into that appreciation energy, the energy of gratitude, and to really look into your soul, look into what do you feel gives you energy and passion. And if it doesn't, this is a good time to release it. In the full moon, we release what doesn't fit. And it might be, what doesn't feel alive, aligned? Where do I not feel as passionate? That's going to give you a sense of what to release. So that could be, honestly, could be going into your closet. Maybe you've decided, I'm done wearing only black. I really want color. So perhaps you get those clothes together that don't fit you energetically and you give those away, right? It could be what habits are really just not feeling, I'm not so passionate about anymore. I don't feel connected to. And that could be anything from, maybe you have this habit that you developed being home for a year and a half of eating dessert every night. And it's just you're not feeling great. Your body doesn't feel well after it. And so, maybe there's more of a passion for adding in more greens, or for eating less sugar. Right. So you can look at this in all different ways. It's really up to you to take a moment to pause and to use this energy of self-reflection time, that intensity of Aries. It's also a great time to really welcome the darkness. As I said, we are now moving into, for sure, a darker period. The fall, the autumn time is also very deeply connected with earth and and metal, the element of metal. I'm wearing one of my favorite metal elements, my Phoenix, and it reminds me this time, and this is what I'm getting intuitively, is this is a time to get really connected to nature, to Mother Earth, to what we have harvested, what's come through from the spring and the summer and the late summer. So again, that using appreciation and gratitude right now, like, go throughout your life, go throughout your career, your friendships, your health. Notice where you have harvest, where you have bounty, where you have abundance. And this is a great time to take stock of that. You could grab yourself, I'll show everybody here. I have a little journal where I keep, beautiful little journal where I keep stock of and note what I'm grateful for. I do that for financial abundance, money coming in. I track all of that. I track incredible synchronicities. I track when I meet someone fantastic and opportunities. And then I have a journal where I add in my gratitude. What am I grateful for? And I try to do that every night. So this might be a really nice time to pull out your journal or wherever you do your writing, and to start noting what you're grateful for. This is a really good time for self-reflection. Note what you're grateful for. And again, we don't want to bypass the darkness. So I got to be honest, it is not typically, being in the darkness, being with emotions that sometimes can feel scary or overwhelming is not my favorite. But what I'm learning as I get closer to my 47 times around the sun in November is that it doesn't work to avoid feelings of any kind. It doesn't work to bypass anything. We as human beings of divine nature, yet we are still, right, spirit in a body on the earth. We're here to experience the myriad, the spectrum of emotions. And the more that we're able to invite those in and to be with them and to honor them, the more that we're able to do that with others. And so a practice, and I talked about this in one of my podcast episodes, is really inviting that emotion in. And I like to think about it as almost like putting that emotion, giving it like a, you know, like a alter ego, right? So if I'm really fearful, I might see a little like younger version of me, who's really scared in the corner, and I might picture her and I'll ask her to come and sit in my lap. And as the adult, I bring her in and I talk to her and I ask, what does she need? That helps me to kind of look at these emotions almost from me as a younger girl. You could do it that way. You could come up with a name, an alter ego. You could just talk to that emotion. Hey, anger, what are you here to teach me? What's going on? Where have I crossed a boundary within myself? Where did I allow someone else to do that? Right. So that's just an example. These emotions, what I am finding, and I know for many of you, just in working with you, getting to connect with you, that these emotions are here as guides. And there's that phenomenal poem by Rumi, The Guest House, that talks about inviting them all in because, and that's what I'm really hearing intuitively, is do not be scared of any emotion. Do not turn it away. Invite it in as you would a dear friend. Invite that emotion, that reaction in with curiosity, with love, with compassion. Those are the elixirs, especially in this darker time: curiosity, compassion, and connection. When we do that, and compassion, I think I said, yeah, when we do that, we disarm ourselves from feeling either scared or angry or shamed, or for me, it's often like I shouldn't feel that. I know probably for you, if you're highly on the, on the evolved and on the spiritual path and working on becoming more and more conscious, it can sometimes, for me, it's felt like, how come I'm still resentful? I don't understand. I shouldn't have resentments. That is a fallacy. Whenever you hear yourself say, I shouldn't, or why do I still have that? That is your cue, my beautiful friend, my soul family here with me. That is our cue to stop, drop, and pause and say something else like, wonder what that resentment is about. When you get into curiosity, and this is something I do with my clients and I teach in my coaching program, learn to get curious. Curiosity is a different, it activates a different energy in your body. And what I know is that again, what you focus on not only expands, but your brain, your mind is a serial processor. So if you're focusing on curiosity, you're going to go into this asking questions. And what happens is when we ask questions, our mind looks for answers. So get into that space of asking questions. What is this emotion about? Why am I so sad? Why, I'll be honest, there's been a lot happening on the planet that's very upsetting, tumultuous. I have found myself crying spontaneously more than I have in, I don't know, the last 10 years. And for me, learning to be with that and really hold that sadness and ask, what is this about? And you know what? Sometimes it's not even about me individually. It's like there's sadness for the collective. We still have a pandemic. We've had many people that have, that are suffering because of that and other calamities in the world. And so that can be sad and upsetting. So allowing yourself the grace and the space to be in the darkness. And here's what I'm hearing. Just like I am accompanied right now by my sweet little kitty Luna, we want to make sure we do this while we do this reflection alone. We want to make sure we don't do life alone. So finding others on the path, others that are big-hearted. And I can tell you, anyone, if you're watching this, that's you. Because I know like attracts like. So finding people that you can feel safe with. And if you haven't already come over, I have the You-est community on Facebook. It's free. And there are so many beautiful, I know many of you are already in there, amazing, amazing, big-hearted, beautiful, kind, gracious souls. So find people that you can find comfort with, that you can connect with, that you can get curious with. That's going to help you in this darkness. And this is what I'm seeing. Oh, it's cool. I'm seeing this image of holding a little lantern, holding a candle, and that while it's dark, while we do tend to, it's becoming more of a yin time, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, if you're in Australia or in the Southern Hemisphere, you're going to have the opposite because you're moving into that springtime, that yang, that opening. I know many who are watching are in the Northern Hemisphere. And so for many of us, it is a darker period and we tend to go in. Yin is about that feminine, that going within, that connecting to your heart, your inner wisdom, silence, pausing. Often it's colder, right? And so having others that can bring warmth is so important. So you might even, here's what I'm hearing lastly, intuitively, is create a little love list, a love list of those in your life that when you're around them, you feel a deeper sense of love and heart opening. Make a list of who those people are and make sure to stay connected to those that you feel that genuine, authentic connection, love connection with. Okay, we're going to do the card reading. So I hope this has been helpful. Okay, this is definitely one. If you're watching, it just jumped out. So we're going to use that as one. And I'm seeing this one stick out. Okay. Awesome. Okay. This is so right on. All right, glasses time. So I can read these to you. All right, my friends. So the first card that jumped out, literally, if you were watching this, it just jumped out, is laughter. Laughter is so high on the vibrational scale, meaning it has so much positive energy and it's contagious and it can be healing. Louise Hay of blessed memory, who's like literally, I feel like a grandmother. I grew up listening to Louise Hay on tapes. So that probably gives, I already told my age. I listened to her and read her books. And she talked about, she healed her, she had ovarian cancer in her 20s and she healed it using laughter. So what I'm getting is part of us staying lighthearted and in a space of, really taking care of our bodies, our immune system, our well-being is through laughter, is through lightheartedness, is laughing. So here's the declaration. Laughter is healing for my mind, body, and soul. I will find time today to invite laughter into my day to lighten up myself and those around me. I'm going to call myself out. I can get real serious on you, like real serious. All of a sudden, my husband all the time reminds me like, wow, you're real serious right now. Like lighten up, girl. I've actually found TV. I know this might sound ridiculous, but I did not watch a lot of TV before the pandemic. And I've found some really amazing shows. Leon Logothetis, who hosts the Kindness Diaries. I had him on my podcast. Fantastic TV show. There's so many others. I'm big into, I think it's Drag Race with RuPaul, whatever it is. There's so many great shows right now. Find ones that uplift you and that make you laugh, right? Laughter is so important. So questions. When was the last time I had a belly laugh? How did it feel to laugh and lose myself in the moment? How can I look for more ways to add laughter into my life? Love that. That is the first card. And then this is the second card. And I believe this is very much connected to this energy of the month. And that is self-expression. That's what we were talking about, both with the new moon in Libra, doing that self-reflection, and then Aries, finding where your passion is and letting go of anything that is not aligned with that. Self-expression, I'll show that to you in case you're watching. All right, here's the declaration. I've come into this world to become the greatest expression of my truest self. I allow myself to be fully self-expressed and to share my sacred voice, gifts, skills, and talents with the world. Love this one. So you're going to ask your You-est you, where in my life have I felt fully self-expressed? What was that like? And what did I notice? And what was I feeling? And where have I felt stuck in my self-expression? What can I do about that today? So here's the thing, my friend, this is about giving yourself permission. This is about giving yourself permission to speak your voice, to share your gifts, to spend time being creative for fun, to speak out and about whatever it is that you feel passionate about, to be fully there as you, your you-est you, not who you think you need to be, but to really allow yourself. And this, of course, is related to the throat chakra, um, which is all about full self-expression. So this is a really, and here's what I'm hearing also, and it kind of goes back to this darker yin time, which is self-expression. Make sure you start with yourself reflection. Remember that new moon energy, that Libra is about self-reflecting. So use this time to self-express by first expressing to yourself. Get honest, get real. What would you love? What would you love to let go of? Um, I just recently interviewed Martha Beck, her amazing book, The Way of Integrity. We talked about this. This is all about integrity. What is in integrity for you? What is workable? What's your truth? And self-expression is connected to that. So I hope that was helpful. And what I'm going to do now is we are going to just end with some healing activation. So, what I'm doing literally is I am tuning in. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to be asking, to me, it's the universe. Sometimes I call it source energy, higher power, divine mother, father, great spirit, whatever you would like to call this energy, God, goddess, higher self. Right now I just feel like it's that divine love that runs through each of us. So I'm going to ask to have that divine love come through me and my hands. And I'm going to invite you, if it feels good to you, I'm going to put my hands up. I'm going to close my eyes and invite you, if it feels good, to close your eyes. If you're driving, then please do not close your eyes. You can do this just by going within, and you can keep your eyes open. Okay, so I'm already feeling a lot of energy through my hands, and I'm just going to quiet myself for a moment and ask to allow this healing activation to help you in any way, shape, or form that you might need or desire. Maybe it's just giving you a little boost, a little more vitality. Maybe it's a certain part of your an organ or your cells or just your overall energy. I'm also hearing your emotional energy, your emotional body. I'm getting a lot of energy in my left hand, which the left representing the feminine, right masculine. So, wow. And I'm okay. I'm going to just tune in for a minute and then I will let you know what I'm feeling. So just allowing this energy to come in and uplift, heal, activate whatever part of you is looking for greater resonance, greater vibration or energy. Wow. So it almost feels like I'm touching a quilt, something soft, but it's a little bit of a wall on my left hand. I'm getting, for some, and I don't know if this is you, but I'm feeling the womb area for women, the lower abdomen, like creativity blocks, just really, really, really tuning into the creativity and giving yourself some time to play, for laughter. That's coming in again. I'm also feeling the kidneys on the right hand, which is connected to grief. So giving yourself time to grieve. And now what I'm feeling is a very intense healing activation that's just literally going right through my hands to your heart chakra. And what I'm feeling is it's like opening the door that we all have more of an open heartedness, a door that's opened There's a lot of fear on the planet right now. And this is just to remind you that it's a choice. It's fear or it's love. The truth is you and I are made of love. And so this is just opening that door, that heart chakra, so that you can stay open-hearted while managing your energy. And lastly, I'm feeling the energy still in that heart. It's like a beam of green, which is heart energy, the color of the heart chakra. I am also feeling energy moving to your third eye, which is about activating your intuition, your sixth sense. Okay. Woo, right hand getting real. Okay, wow. Okay, so my right hand is getting really heavy and a lot of energy on my pinky and my ring finger. And I'm just gonna, it's just feeling like to do this over your third eye. And what I'm sensing is that the right, which is masculine, is about doing. And so what I'm getting is to really allow your inner wisdom to guide your actions, your sure-footedness, your the next step. Go in first and ask your body, your inner wisdom. So just giving a little energy there. And I'm just gonna put my hands back together. Woo, wow. Okay. Thank you, my friends, for being with me and allowing me to come a little bit out of my healer closet. This is something I'll just spare sometime I'll share more about my stories around healing activation with my hands, but I've been feeling really called to do this. A lot of dreams, a lot of doing it on myself. And I've been sending light and activation and prayers to those I know that are suffering, either emotionally or physically. Please be in touch with me. Let me know if I can send you some light and healing. We can do this with one another. And I want to say that we all have the ability, I believe, to do healing activation with our hands. And so a great place to start would be just, hand on your heart. So my invitation would be to go to bed tonight, hand on your heart. What are you grateful for? You might just even focus on gratitude for your heart that's beating every single beat since you've been here, even in utero. And then when you wake up, hand on your heart. That's a great place to start and see if you notice anything. So that would be my little action item for the month. I didn't even know we were doing that, but my sacred homework is to give that energy to yourself. Hand on your heart when you go to bed, and when you wake up, tap into gratitude, and watch what the harvest. Watch what comes, the bounty. Watch the connection you have, your well-being, your vitality, your energy. And as always, would love to hear how you're doing. Honored to be here with you. So honored. I know there's many other places you could be. It's a gift for me to do this. And I feel such a love for you. I'm honored to be on your journey. And in the true meaning of the word namaste, the divine light and I honors and sees and acknowledges the divine light in you. Thank you for being with me for this monthly intuitive guidance, and we'll see you next month for November. Lots of love.